Hello, everybody. This is Kimchi Crypto. So I am still buying, accumulating full coins. Why? Let's dive in. Bitcoin stalls around $110,000. Fed rate cut might not spark rally. Well, some argue that September rate cut is priced in crypto market already. The others say it's a fundamental change in the whole global economy. Which side is right? Well, I think Federal Reserve is not the only the central bank of the United States. Actually, it's not central bank, but anyway, it's the world's central bank, which means first rate cut in September signifies the direction uh, to go, which direction it will go, and the other members, other countries, other central banks will follow the United States Federal Reserve, which means it will move the market much higher than maybe in several months. In conjunction with Clarity Act, which is going to pass in September, October, November, signed by the Mr. Donald Trump in November. That was the goal, described by the Senator Sincere Loomis. Plus altcoin ETF approvals, plus deregulation, which is going to take place in the forthcoming months. Crypto exchange Hashkey plans $500 million digital asset treasury fund. It is the first two crypto exchanges approved by the Hong Kong, the monetary authority. There was a regulatory body in Hong Kong. Hashkey is a major crypto exchange in Hong Kong. They said it will build a diversified portfolio of digital asset treasury projects with an initial focus on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Hong Kong's family office already bought a huge amount of Bitcoin ETF of BlackRock, IBIT, because Hong Kong doesn't have as much Bitcoin as needed in Hong Kong. Anyway, Hong Kong's major exchange buys $500 million worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum now. When clarity meets liquidity, I'll be super bullish on crypto. US will lead not only this, the liquidity side and crypto regulatory side, and others will follow United States in a timely manner. Dogecoin leads gains. Bitcoin status above 111K as a new firm eyes $200 million for Bitcoin treasury. This time, corporate treasury moves in Africa offered support, even as Japan's bond turmoil clouded the macro backdrop. I don't care. An African country, they just initiated the first African corporate treasury in Bitcoin. American continent and EU follows Asian countries, and now it's African corporate treasury company appeared. Hyperliquid faces community pushback against Stripe-linked USDH proposal. They are fighting against each other, which company will have more dominance, more control over those stablecoins to be printed. It's not about just printing tons of stablecoin money in the air, but it's more about how many will be using that money in the daily, weekly, monthly process on the planet. In a developed world, stablecoins are usually used for trading settlements by professional institutional traders for money market funds. I mean, the options and futures and those free frequent trading. In a developing world, it's used for payments, remittances, and even trading as well. 2 out of 3 people think 2026 will be a bear market where Bitcoin crashes. But what if Bitcoin continues its yearly doubling from 20K to 40K in 2023, to 80K in 2024, possibly 160K end of this year? and doubling again in 2026, 320K, and another double from there, and Bitcoin price becomes 640K in 2027. That wouldn't surprise Plan B. He is almost the Bitcoin maximalist that, as we assume, there's still decent chance of extended rally of Bitcoin. That's what I think. Because we don't need to underestimate the vision, aka greed of Wall Street, greed of Mr. Trump and his whole family members, because he is the president of crypto. Michael van der Poel, he is not worried about the upcoming correction or the current correction for his altcoin portfolio. The upside remains to be 500%, plus the downside is minus 20, minus 30%. There's still a favorable trade to hold on to. He went all in on altcoins. He sold every single Bitcoin he had, and he just poured it on his altcoins. His portfolio experienced a minus 65% this year alone. I guess he must have worried about the upcoming correction. Anyway, it looks like he doesn't mind much. Let's see. I agree with his view on those altcoins, but we don't know when it will come. Fidelity launched to tokenize the US Treasuries fund on Ethereum, which sounds amazing. Bullish and other bullish news, $260 billion asset manager Baillie Gifford has launched the UK's first ever tokenized fund on Ethereum. Now UK follows United States. The stablecoin supply on Ethereum has surged to an all-time high of $165 billion. Dollar stablecoin chose the number one platform, Ethereum, rather than other small chains. Ethereum looks like it has become the platform of global finance, including stablecoins, including tokenized assets. I suppose Ethereum will remain as the biggest flat platform in the future as well. Well, on the flip side, Benjamin Coin, he is arguing here, altcoin versus Ethereum, these pairs literally found their local low the same week that Ethereum hit an all-time high. And during that time, altcoin versus Bitcoin pairs also went down and Bitcoin dominance went up. Basically, altcoins are bleeding less than Ethereum right now. We should see Ethereum hit its 21-week EMI by late September, early October, and then rally again back to all-time highs. In short, he is very bearish on Ethereum as well as altcoins in the short term. By the end of this month, September or early October, Ethereum can rally initiate their rally from early or mid-October. That's what he mentioned. Who knows exactly? We need to wait for CPI, PPI of the United States in August this week. There's coming Wednesday and Thursday for sure. It's all about mid to long-term direction plus timing. When to buy, when to sell. It's all about this. From September to midterm election in 2026. For the next 12 to 18 months, we will see what? Inflation could be sticky for a while, but more importantly, job report was very bad last month, which means liquidity should come into the market in the United States and the rest of the world. Plus, altcoin ETFs, index ETFs, that should come out. And Clarity Act will pass in the US Senate in Q4 this year. So here's the thing then. I bought Hedera, I bought Bitcoin, I bought more on the finance and say, I wish I could buy more quality altcoins for sure. What did you buy during the recent dips? Thank you for listening.